Microsoft has just officially announced and unveiled everything surrounding Xbox All Access today, and it pretty much is exactly like all the rumors suggested it would be. A way for gamers who don't want to pay everything up front to get an Xbox console, 2 years of Game Pass, 2 years of Xbox Live Gold for a low monthly cost spread out over the course of 2 years. However, with this great program comes one huge major drawback that I wanted to talk about. What is going on, guys? Randall Thor 19, the man with the million, back again with another video. And first, I just want to thank everybody for the well wishes regarding my family member in the hospital. They're getting better every single day, so thank you for that. And I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes today, as today is my birthday, so thank you guys so much for that. Now, Xbox All Access, I did a video about this when it was just a rumor, but today it is fact, and it pretty much is exactly as I said it was going to be in that video. But there is one major drawback, and you can kind of see it right here. For a limited time, in store only. So what exactly does that mean? Well, the program is pretty cool in my opinion. Now, granted, I probably would never use it, although I guess if they're going to bring this back for next generation, which I guess is possible, as this seems like a test run where they would offer a really expensive Xbox Scarlet system, but you could pay a low monthly fee, maybe I would consider it, but I don't really like doing these monthly installments over the course of time. A cell phone is one thing, which is something akin to a necessity, rather than a video game console, which is a luxury. But that's just my personal take on it. Someone else and you guys listening might feel a little bit differently, but this is exactly what you get. So you can get an Xbox One X for $35 a month. Comes with 2 years of Game Pass, 2 years of Xbox Live Gold, or you can get an Xbox One S for $21.99 a month. So $22 or $35 will get you a console of your choice, 2 years of Xbox Game Pass, 2 years of Xbox Live Gold, 0% APR for 24 months, no upfront costs, but you need to sign up for a Dell preferred account, which is how they're doing the financing. So there's going to be a credit check and all that stuff. So if you got terrible credit, you're not going to be able to get one of these. And honestly, if you probably got terrible credit, well, maybe you should probably worry about other things in your life rather than trying to get a video game console for cheap over the course of 2 years. But hey, I don't really judge, so you do you. Now, the big drawback that I had kind of alluded to in my previous video, and we talked a little bit on the podcast with Jess Corden yesterday, was the availability. Because I feel like this is such a great offer. 2 years of like $20 or $35, you get Game Pass, which has 150 games in it, Xbox Live Gold, so you don't got to worry about multiplayer. Plus, they give you 4 free games a month with that. It's such a good deal considering you don't have to pay anything up front and there's no interest if you pay it off in 24 months, that there had to be a catch. And I felt that if this deal was at Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, the GameStops of the world, where 99% of the gaming audience buys all their stuff, then this could really help Microsoft in the long term and the short term help sell consoles and get people into the Xbox ecosystem, into Xbox Live Gold, into Game Pass, which is extremely important for them, into their MAUs, which is their monthly active users. We all know how Microsoft loves to tout the monthly active users. However, reality kind of starts to set in and you realize that that wasn't going to be the case. And why would it? Because Best Buy, Amazon, and Walmart, they don't want to deal with this stuff. They're essentially giving you an Xbox less, for like less than you would pay if you bought everything separately right now. So it's for a limited time in store only. For a limited time, well, it's between today, August 27th, and December 31st, while supplies last. So I'm assuming if you go into the store and they don't have an Xbox, oh well. So it's only going to run for the remainder of this year, which kind of makes you scratch your head and think, well, why only this year? Why isn't this a permanent feature that is going on into next year and the years to come? Maybe it's a test run. They want to see if people even, take to this form of financing. They've done this before with the 360, where you could buy an Xbox 360 4 gig came with the Kinect, and it was a $99 upfront purchase. And then for $15 a month, you got to keep it over the course of 2 years. That too was only at Microsoft stores. And I don't know if it fared very well because they didn't do it previously until right now. Maybe this is a gear up for next gen. Maybe they just want to see how the market reacts to it. Who knows? But it's only available for the next few months. So if you really want it, jump on it. But the bigger issue and the huge drawback that I alluded to earlier was it's only available at a Microsoft store. You literally have to go to your nearest Microsoft store, pick out your bundle, and apply for a Dell preferred account. Now, if you apply and you get rejected, sorry, you can't get this deal. But the main issue here is the Microsoft store, because quite frankly, there's not a lot of them around. These are the list of Microsoft stores in the United States. There's only a store in 35 states. That's right, there are 15 states out there that don't have a Microsoft store. So if you live in one of those states where there is no Microsoft store, I'm sorry, you won't be able to partake in this deal if you wanted to, which sucks. Of course, if you're in a big state like California, you can say they have a ton of stores. If you're in Texas, they have quite a few. If you're in Florida, they have quite a few. But for the majority, there's one store per state. So in Louisiana, there's only one store. In Maine, there's only one store. In Hawaii, there's only one store. Wisconsin, there's one store. Indiana, just one. Illinois only has two. So you can see what I mean by a huge drawback. So if you're one of those people that really wants to take advantage of this deal, that is like, I can afford $35 and get myself an Xbox One X. You know, I got a lot of games I want to play. Game Pass, I've heard great things about. All of Microsoft games are launching day and date. We have Forza Horizon 4 launching on October 2nd. Halo Master Chief Collection is coming out September 1st, which is in a couple days. Sea of Thieves is available in there. State of Decay 2, Halo Infinity will, Gears 5. I mean, you get the point. All of Microsoft's exclusives will be in Game Pass. It's a pretty compelling service to actually sign up to if you want to play their games. However, like the screen shows you here, you may live in a state where it's just impossible for you to get in your car and drive. Maybe the nearest store is 5 hours away. Well, that's unrealistic. Maybe there is no store in your state. Well, you're shit out of luck. And that's the big drawback, and that's kind of what's going to hold this program back. The fact that you need to go to a physical store, and that the store has to be obviously close to you, and you need to, of course, pass a credit check. So this kind of prevents the program from really reaching its greater potential. Because in my opinion, one of the reasons why Xbox is in the situation it is today, losing 2-1, 3-1 to PlayStation, is because of the initial pricing difference between the Xbox One and the PlayStation. Xbox One was $500. The PlayStation 4 was $400. There was that big $100 gap between the two systems. And you can mention all the things that Xbox did wrong, but in my opinion, price is king, and it was a $100 difference. So Microsoft has done a lot to change the perception of the brand around. But one of those things you still kind of got to convince people, considering PlayStation is the more popular console this gen, is that you need to get people to think not only that Xbox is a worthy enough purchase, which they're trying to do with all the new studios and things like that, with a machine like the Xbox One X that plays games the best in comparison to the PlayStation Pro and so forth and so on, but also the pricing. You know, a lot of people are looking to either pick up a secondary console to go along with their PlayStation or with their Switch, so you have to make these things affordable. And sure, an Xbox One S you can go get one for $240, or an X you can get for $500, but maybe that's a little bit too expensive for somebody that's trying to pick it up as a secondary console. But if you trot out this, where it's $21 a month, $35 a month, and essentially it's cheaper going this route than buying everything up front, people might take a second look at Xbox and be like, okay, I'm gonna have Game Pass for 2 years, I'm gonna have the console, there's gonna be some games there I can play, I'm gonna dip my toes back into the Xbox ecosystem, which is a great thing. However, it's just hamstrung by the fact that it's only available in retail Microsoft stores. You literally have to walk through the door. You can't do this online. So in a scenario where people were pie in the skying this, because I've heard plenty of people, give their hot takes on Twitter and on podcasts about how this would change the console war between the two companies, how this would sell millions and millions of Xboxes. That's just not going to happen, just because of how limited it's going to be. It's only available for the next, 4 months, 5 months, and it's only available at stores in 35 states, and some of those states only have one store. But it's a good starting point. This is a good idea that hopefully Microsoft can then springboard off of for next generation and have this offer at the beginning of the gen and then in more stores, in the Best Buys, in the Amazons, in the Walmarts of the world. So you can have people want to pick up an Xbox right away rather than 3, 4, 5 years down the gen. Anyways, that is how basically Xbox Game Pass is going to work. Let me know in the comments if you think, this is for you. Are you disappointed that you're basically not going to be able to get it because of where you live? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that notification bell if you always want to be notified when I drop new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.